everyone. Hi. Welcome back to the Mom's View. Hi. What's new with you ladies?
We love being together.
I know. We get to catch up on the couch.
I love your lipstick too.
Thanks.
Want to look at it?
I think it's Dose of Colors and NYX.
Pretty.
Thanks.
It's a good combo. I bought Dose of Color because of you.
You did? Do you like it?
I love it so much.
I realized that darker lips look better on me than I always try to do the nudes and pinks. But
Yeah, they all look good on you. Seriously, what are you talking about?
It's like my only excuse to wear this dark because Jackson doesn't love this dark.
Well, because you can't make out when it's that
intimidating
dark.
when it's coming at you. You know, you're just kind of like,
It's a big red stop sign.
yeah. So.
That's funny. So what's up with you ladies?
Spring. I feel so motivated lately. I was telling you guys I can't sleep because I wake up at 4 a.m. with all these ideas. Jackson drugged me out of the laundry room the other night. He's like, come back to bed. I'm like, the laundry, it just needs to be done. And he's like,
So when you get up that early, do you stay up?
yeah, because I was trying to go back to sleep because I'm like, oh, heaven forbid if I stay awake by 1 o'clock, I'm going to be a zombie. But my mind won't let me. I just create these checklists. So I'll come and write it down because I've heard that helps. And I had a checklist this long. I was like, well, if you're up at 4 a.m., you could get that all done. But nothing's open at 4 a.m.
Yeah, Kayli and I were like, just come to our house.
I was like, you can come to my laundry at 4. I'll leave the door open.
I was peeling the sheets off while Jackson was still in the bed. I'm like, I need to watch this too. He was like, what have you been sniffing? You need to calm down. He'll call it turbo. He'll be like, you're going turbo on me right now. I'm like, just gonna do all the laundry.
I need a little bit of that. I'm happy that it's spring, but I know I need to spring clean. And I'm like, I'll do it tomorrow. I really am busy doing this. And I need to do some spring cleaning.
I just realized I need to hire someone because I like spring cleaning. I know I'm like, Carlie, come over to my house. But then at the same time, I'm a little embarrassed because it's pretty bad. Yeah. I mean, you guys watch the vlogs. You know how bad it is. There's 6 pineapples in my kitchen right now, just randomly placed.
Pineapples?
I'm going to dry them. But
I didn't expect you to say pineapples. That was I was picturing laundry. I was like, pineapples?
That was really random. But I'm just saying, we went shopping 2 days ago and I still haven't put them anywhere. They're just out on the counter.
Don't feel bad. Pineapples are where do you put them?
They're in his decor right now too. So it's put one in your living room, put one in your bathroom as potpourri, you know?
Until you're ready to dry it. That's awesome though. So are you drying all sorts of fruit?
Yes, it's so much fun. Well, I tried a bunch. I did a whole rack of a bunch of different fruits and we discovered that pineapples are really good and bananas are really good and then apples are the next favorite.
Have you tried mango?
I haven't tried mango yet just because we really haven't had any good ones in the stores.
Yeah.
And they're more expensive and to make a whole thing of dried mangoes would be.
Is a raisin a grape?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, you should dry some grapes. And then I was like, that's a raisin.
Yeah, I don't love raisins though, so that's not my favorite. But anyways, yeah, we've been eating really healthy and drying foods. And, I always talk about eating healthy, but I haven't really been able to make it a definite lifestyle thing because we'll eat kind of healthy, but then we'll get back to our habits of sugar every day. So I'm really trying to get out of the habit of having at least refined sugar. Fruit sugar is different. We're going for just more all natural. Yeah. And I've noticed a huge difference in the way I feel when I eat that way. And so that's why I'm trying to do that. But anyways, that's what we've been up to.
I've always wanted to have a food rehydrator so I could make the fruit leather. Mm-hmm. Can you do that in yours?
I think you can.
Puree the different
Sounds like a DIY Kayli could do.
Well, you might need a different one or different trays. I think you have to order different trays for that. But yeah, I think you can.
Casey and I were talking about that because we wanted one when we were little.
Yeah, the fruit roll-up things? Yeah.
That's fun. They're really good. I should look into that.
Make us some fruit leather.
It's fun when you get something new. You're like, oh, the possibilities.
Yeah, we could do it on the Mom's View.
Do you guys want us to make you some fruit leathers? Is that what you called it, a fruit leather? Mm-hmm. That's cute.
It's like a fruit roll-up, but a little thicker.
And a lot healthier.
Yeah, it's good for you.
What about you? Anything new with your life?
No, I'm just excited for spring and the kids I feel like everyone's a little happier when they can get outside and get fresh air. I've been trying to walk around outside a little bit because I'm just a hermit. I'll just stay in my house all day long and not do anything. So I've been trying to walk a little bit more and we're doing the Tough Mudder. Mm-hmm. And that's next week. And I just realized yesterday when I was walking that I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I feel like I have strength, I'm pretty strong, but I don't have endurance, and that's what I'm worried about. Is just
I feel like you have enough time to get some under your belt by then. Yeah. I tweeted that out yesterday. I went and ran stairs all 3 and after like going up the side twice, I was like, I'm going to die during the Tough Mudder.
But you know what? We're all going to die together. It's going to be a lot of fun.
This is actually the last Moms 2 episode you're ever going to see.
I'm excited. Like, I feel like we watched it last time and I had no interest in doing it, but I was also pregnant. But this time I'm like, I'm going to do it and I'm going to prove that I'm stronger than I seem.
I think it's funny that you're the only one that has like the guts to do the electric what's it called? The electric shock at the end. I don't want to do it.
Girl, I did that once. I ain't doing that again. That freaking hurt.
I was dying laughing the last time. Dying laughing. I couldn't even breathe.
It was really
It like one got like I was running and it like got stuck under my armpit, so it was like on the side of my boob, and it just was like I felt like it made me do a dolphin, like, and then I went down, you know, like, and then my legs, I couldn't like bend them, and you're just like, what's going on?
Like, see, that's so scary.
It's the most foreign.
But it's just like you should have to experience that if you're gonna like commit to the Tough Mudder, right?
No,
I'm only doing it if
that's
Casey
the only
will.
one I'm skipping.
Everybody should have to experience getting electrocuted once in your life. It makes you a better person.
I mean, it's part of the Tough Mudder, and if you guys haven't seen it, you should watch the videos
You'll die.
or just Google it because they're even worse when you Google it. Like. People drop. Like, it's the craziest thing.
Like, the larger the body shape, the more surface area there is to electrocute. So when Shay, like, Casey and Logan didn't get hit one time. They faked it. I don't know how they did. They ran through the same obstacle we did, but yeah, the video is pretty hilarious. I think that the ice bath may be worse.
Well, we'll see.
Anyways, that's next week.
Watch
So,
yeah,
we're gonna start.
You can do hard
We're
things.
gonna be different
stairs.
people when we come back here next.
Our hair is going to be a little more voluminous because of electricity.
So I have a fun topic for today, just a little bit lighter, but it's dressing for your age. And I don't want to sound like rude or like I think like you should be dressing for your age, but I think as girls, from the time we're little until now, it's always like wondering how should we dress. When I was a little girl, I remember wanting to dress like a teenager.
Yeah.
Like I always wanted to pull my shirts down so my shoulders would show, and I was like, I'm a teenager. And I've noticed like that Braylee wants to dress older. And then when I was a teenager, I feel like I dressed appropriate for my age. And when I got into my 20s, it was this weird place like, am I dressing like a teenager still, but I should be dressing for my 20s? But I still feel like you can dress young in your 20s. When I turned 30, I feel like I really wondered like, how am I supposed to dress?
Right.
And I also wanted to dress differently.
Really?
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because, I mean, not the comments or everything, but in some of my comments, I feel like people are like, Carlie dresses like I do, or dresses like too young for her age. And I never thought about, well, you don't go to the store and you're like, yeah, where's the 28-year-old section? Right. That's where I need to, like, I dress for the things that I see and that I like and that are, of course, appropriate.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a really interesting thing to think about.
Yeah, so I wondered what you guys thought about that, because I don't think everyone is that way. I think some people just want to wear what they want to wear and they don't care, and they don't feel like at a certain age you need to dress different. But I don't know, it's just been on my mind.
That's a good thing. I don't know why this like was the first thing on my mind, but it reminds me of like the selfie that Kim Kardashian sent out. It was like she was naked and she was in her bathroom and she had a black bar covering the parts. And people were like having the biggest fight wasn't about that she sent out a naked picture, and her caption was like, have nothing to wear, or something like that. Kind of cliche because she's Kim Kardashian. She has, like probably the world's best closet. But they were saying, well, she's a mom. She shouldn't be, acting like that. And then they were saying, well, just because you're a mom, you can't be sexy and you can't. And so for some reason that made me think about like clothing and how we dress, and because I think style is like anything else, it's personal,
right?
And I don't think that you have to do the cutout of what you think it should be.
Yeah, I think that was my first question when you mentioned that, like, is that a thing? And I think it is a personal thing. Like some people feel like I have to dress a certain way when I'm in this stage of my life. But I guess I never thought about that. I definitely had phases that I went in and out of. That I was comfortable wearing or not comfortable wearing, but like I guess now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, I wear Converse today. Am I too old to wear Converse?
Right, and I bought Converse and I wondered the same thing, like, am I trying to be a teenager and wearing Converse? But then I really like them and I want to wear them, and I think like you
and
guys
they were
look
popular
cute in
when
them.
we were teenagers.
Yeah. So I Googled a few things because I was like, maybe some fashion blogs talked about it. Maybe I could find some different things. And I was really happy about what I discovered. This one says, I say, dress to please yourself. Listen to your inner muse and take a chance. Wear something that says, here I am, today.
Oh, I love that.
I loved that. And this is a lady, I don't know who she is. She's probably someone famous, but she has blue hair. And it says, I'm too old to think about what other people want me to look like. I just wear what I wish. I'm a woman, and it's a pleasure to be a woman and to have fun with fashion, like with my blue hair. So again, she's an older lady, but she has blue hair because she wants to. So I liked that, and I found on other blogs that is basically what everyone said. Do what you want. Who cares if someone looks at you and thinks, you're too old to be wearing that? Doesn't matter. It's just such a personal thing, like you guys said. And I feel the same way. And so then I thought, why am I feeling like I am 30 now, I need to dress different? And it's because I want to. Like, I look at fashion differently now than I did. And I still have a very basic way of dressing, but I've learned to dress for my body type. I've learned to, just dress a little more mature. And I've never wanted to feel sexy before. And since I've been in my 30s, it's not like showing my body or like wearing, different things to show off different parts of my body, but I want to dress so I feel sexy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's
sexy
just
means
that's
something
a
different to
different.
everybody.
That's different than I've ever felt before.
Yeah. Well, I kind of think like fashion to me is a personal relationship with me, and I think that a broader spectrum of looking at that is a personal relationship with yourself and how you take care of yourself. Because I think in college I took care of myself way differently than I take care of myself now, and even before I met Jackson, my husband, I took care of myself differently, and I think that trends of life pushed me into ways of looking at how I would dress myself. And now that I'm like married and I only want Jackson's attention, I don't think that, I don't know, I find myself finding what sexy means as a married woman.
Right.
And that doesn't mean that I was trying to show off everything to be sexy to everybody else, but I guess I just look at my body a little bit differently now because it's like, I'm not owned by Jackson, but I do feel like there's a part of, like, my body is something I can only give my husband.
Right.
And I feel like that means a lot to me, and it kind of creates a special, something that only him and I get to have. Nobody else gets to have that but me. And so, I don't know, it's just like, I think style goes into more than just style, and it doesn't have to be this serious, deep, emotional, virtuous thing, but it kind of comes down to, like, the way you see yourself and take care of yourself, and you can kind of notice that in the way people dress. If people are maybe not so happy or they don't feel very confident, I feel like they tend to kind of cover that up. Their body language kind of shows that about themselves, but you can tell when someone feels like good. And sometimes I feel the sexiest in Converse and jeans and a cute t-shirt or bright lipstick, and you know what I'm saying? I think it just, you don't have to follow what Kayli's doing or what Colette's doing. It's just like, what's your inner health self telling yourself? Does that, did any of that make sense?
It does. And I also think since turning 30, I am more aware of myself.
Yeah.
I'm more self-aware. And so when I wear heels, like, I like to wear heels because it makes me feel confident and it makes me feel sexy, not for anyone else, but for myself.
Yeah. Well, and sexy is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because it could, I sometimes feel sexy when I leave the gym and I'm sweating. I feel it like running down my back.
You probably feel strong and you're just like,
Sexy can be anything.
Empowered.
Yeah.
Right. Strong and beautiful.
Just all the hand motions right now.
And
Sorry. What do you think?
It's interesting because I think about what really influences, like, there's so much that influences how you dress, especially when you are a teenager or whatever. Like, because I remember there were certain things, like, in high school that were, like, super popular. And it was maybe because this one person wore it and they were, like, popular. And so there were just these trends would go in and out. And I remembered a time, like, in high school when my friends, like, we were all cheerleaders. I had 3 best friends and we were all cheerleaders. And they dressed really cute and, like, cutesy in little jeans. And I remember, I don't know why, but I was in this, like, different phase where I was, like, wearing my brother's old t-shirts and, like, these baggy pants.
Like,
yeah, like, I guess maybe it was like I was doing what my brothers and sisters were doing because they were a little bit older. And I keep thinking about that for some reason while we're talking about this. And I remember feeling, like, comfortable and confident in what I was wearing.
Yeah.
But also getting comments from people like, why do you dress like that? When it's like all my other friends were dressing like cutesy. And I was like, why do I dress like that? I don't know. I like it, you know? And so I think it is important for you to dress for you and not for other people.
Right.
And not let the other people be like, oh, you should wear this. And then you wear it and you don't feel comfortable or confident. Like that, you don't need to deal with that.
Right.
Just be happy.
I think we live in a world now where, like, so much more is accepted, good and bad. And I think that that's kind of a beautiful thing because it's now is more the time than ever to be who you are and it's accepted. Right. Whether it's, you know, like we have the whole Bruce, he feels more comfortable physically as a woman, and that's accepted now. And I think that in a stretched way, that's kind of beautiful, because it's like we all should be allowed to be who we are and what we feel feels good to us on the inside, you know, within means. I also think about the Jerry Springer episodes where like the teenage daughters would bring their moms on. They're like, she's wearing my tube top and I don't like it. And so it's like, I think there's appropriateness in situations and being dressed for a situation. Like, you wouldn't wear your bikini to go to a barbecue dinner, right? With like friends and family, if there's no swimming pool.
Unless it's on the beach.
Right? Then you would. But I think that, or like going to a work interview, you wouldn't probably want to, you know, wear ripped jeans. I don't know, whatever. But I think that, I don't know, it's just now is more than time and ever, just follow your inner you, whatever it is.
Casey always makes me laugh because like I have a lot of jeans that have rips in it, and he's just like, why would you wear jeans with rips in it? Like, because I like them. He's like, you don't like them, they're trendy, so that's why you like them, because everyone else says that that's what you should like. Like, no, I think it's because I like it. And then I'm like, why am I wearing these ripped jeans?
It reminds me of my grandpa. My grandma, like, did you buy those with rips in them? Like, that era just doesn't get it. Like, you know, if you had holes in your clothes back then, that was a sign of poverty, but now it's like, the more ripped, the better, you know?
It's so funny, though, because with everything, Casey always has a comment. And I think that that's another thing that makes me question, like, am I too old to wear something? Because there have been times that I put something on and he's like, I just don't like that. And I'm like, do I look too old? And he'll say, yeah, you look too old to wear that. And he's not being rude. He just, like, that's his opinion. I'm like, okay, maybe I
mean, in your defense, Casey will be the first to make fun of any style of fashion. He'll be like, what the heck? But it's kind of funny in a way. It's just Casey.
And it's made me more confident because I'm like, I don't care if you don't like these. You know, I'm like,
wearing it.
Because then I know, like, that I'm wearing it for me, not because I care what anyone else thinks. But yeah.
It's funny to go shopping with other girls, too, because I feel like, not so much with us, but I've noticed when I go shopping with other women and friends, and maybe you guys know this too, like, especially Target, I feel like sometimes you're shopping and you'll see them looking at something, and in a good way, it's like, oh, I wouldn't have looked at that if it weren't for you. So then you go and look at it, and then they are buying it, so you're like, do I need to buy that? And for some reason, your mind just goes there, and sometimes you can be, like, influenced by your environment. But I love when we shop, because it's like, this would be cute for Colette. Like, you can kind of start understanding people's looks, and
Well, I also noticed when we moved to LA, like, I remember thinking before we moved to LA, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have to dress, like, super fashionable and, like, I'm going to have to look really good every day because it's LA, you know? And then after moving there, I'm like, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? Like, it's so eclectic, I feel like is the word. Like,
and just laid back.
So laid back.
So much more laid back than you would think.
Yeah, and so many different types of styles. So I feel like moving there made me open up more to just be who you are and, like, don't worry about what other people are wearing.
Yeah, because there's so many different looks going on there. Yeah, that's fun.
It is fun. Style's fun. Something else that I have noticed with myself is dressing for my body since I've been a mom, or learning to love my body, or learning to accept my body and the changes that have come from having kids and getting older. And I learned so much about my body with my pregnancy with Winston.
Next time on The Mom's View.
I just appreciated my body, and I didn't put pressure on myself to lose weight because I didn't care.
Just enjoy the life, you know, that you're experiencing right now, but your body will never be the same. Like, there's gonna be stretch marks and things are gonna hang lower than they used to.
But, like, something inside of me is, like, really waking up to the way I've been treating my body my entire life.